Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of TCG Talk, back today with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over a few cards that I feel are underrated in Fi, and just some cards that I think people aren't really talking about as much as they should, or at least maybe understanding the value maybe that I think I'm understanding. Not that people aren't playing these cards at all and they're like unseen cards, but I want to kind of give my thoughts on a couple cards that both in the Fab Discord and our Discord for TCG Talk that, people just aren't, I don't think, are as high on that maybe they should be. We had some discussion of this in the Discord, so if you want to join us down in the description below, we have over 130 members already doing super awesome. So whether you're a Ninja player or not, definitely check that out and join it and join us down below. But getting right into it, it's 3 cards, nothing crazy. The first one for me, it's not as under the radar as like other cards that will be on this list, but it's definitely a card that I think people just aren't understanding how good it is, like truly understanding, and that's Rise from the Ashes. I think in a Draconic Fi build, or even not in a Draconic Fi build, even in a hybrid build, it's not Draconic focused. This is an automatic 6 of. You run this at blue, you run this at red. You run it blue to use the blues when you can, and then you run it red because that's where the ultimate, thing is. Like, this card is so good. It buffs your next attack for 3, and it goes and gets an attack action card, i.e. a Phoenix Flame, right? It helps turn on Phoenix Form turns. It helps turn on Rupture turns. It helps turn on, hard on hit effects like Engulfing Flame Wave for 8 or something like that. Like, it does everything you want to do, and it goes and gets an attack. At the very worst, this is a buff 3, and then you go and play your Phoenix Flame that you just got for 3. At worst, you're basically treating this as a 3 go again. That's the worst this card is. Some people have said, like, I don't want to draw multiples of this card. I'm like, well, if you draw multiples, like, obviously it's not ideal, but like, even if you do, like, if I drew into a red and a blue of this and I have another blue in hand, I just play it out, play the red, go get a Phoenix Flame. If I need to play out the blue, my next attack's buffed by 4, play Phoenix Flame for 4, pitch the last blue, play Serum for 3 at 7, and then maybe you play your last card, pay 1 to go get, another Phoenix Flame for your second one, play that for 1. Like, the only time this card is really bad is if maybe you draw into multiples when you only have 1 flame engraved. That can be a little bit annoying. But other than that, like, this card isn't on the same level as Plunder Run, so please don't kill me in the comments for saying it, but because it doesn't force you to block like Plunder Run did, but it does what Plunder Run did, right? It buffs attack by 3. You don't have to play it from Arsenal. It's buffs attack by 3, and it draws you a card, essentially. Like, draws you a card because you're drawing a Phoenix Flame. Like, it does the same thing that Plunder Run did. I just think that this is an automatic 6 of. There's even lists I could see you running the yellows as well, like 1 or 2 yellows. It's just that good, and I think it's one of Vi's best cards. The next one is Soaring Strike. I think a lot of people run this card, so it's not like an unplayed card, but it's definitely a card I don't think people are seeing the true value of. Like, the fact that you could give Snatch go again, you could give Lava Burst go again, you can give Breaking Point go again. Like, there's a lot of turns where Fi gets to 6 links, right? And being able to play this on Chain Link 1, it hits. Banishing a Lava Burst, knowing you're going to probably get to Chain 6 that turn, and then playing out Lava Burst on Chain 6 for 5 go again, on hit draw for Mask, like, it's super nice, and I think people are really undervaluing it. In a hybrid file list where you're running Snatches, maybe you're running Soul Bead Strikes, I don't know, take the tempo, whatever, like, this card is going to help you be able to give those cards go again. It basically, is another go again driver to those decks. You can play a more like on hit kind of mid-rangey focused deck that maybe doesn't have as much inherent go again because of cards like this. And it's a super good card. I think obviously Snatch is its main target, but you could even play Enlighten Strike in your deck, play this card out, banish Enlighten Strike, play Enlighten Strike, choosing the draw card feature in it because it has go again, and it's 5 go again draw card, right? So there's just so many cards that work well with this card. It's basically like a mini even bigger than that, like, in a sense, as far as the effect of giving cards go again. So this card's super nice. Obviously there's probably tech against it maybe, or something you could do. The 1 cost does hurt a little bit, but I think in my opinion, between like the 3 go again with cards with effects like Rising Resentment, Mounting Anger, and Soaring Strike, I think this is the number 1 out of those 3, like the number 1 best one by far, because it plays into what Fi wants to do the most. So I definitely can see this one being up on my list. The last one's Uprising. This is probably gonna be the most controversial one, or the one that people may not agree with. But I think that if you don't run Uprising, at least a 2 of, like, I don't know what you're doing. I don't understand. Like, this is a 3 block. If you need to block with it, if you play this from Arsenal, it's essentially an Art of War, right? Like, if I have in hand a blue and 3 attacks, this is an Art of War because it buffs Emberblade too. Like, you play this from Arsenal, then you play and you pop Stubby Hammers, and all of a sudden Ronin Renegade's coming in for 5. Then Emberblade comes in for 4, and then you play, like, I don't know, pick any card you want. Soaring Strike, right? That comes in for now 5, right? Because of Uprising. Then you play like a Lava Burst, first ends up being for 7 because of Stubbies and because of Uprising. Like, this card will give a +4 almost every time out of Arsenal. I don't think I've ever had it come from Arsenal when I had a good hand or a decent hand and it didn't buff at least 3 attacks. And where this really, I think, makes the big difference is it buffs Emberblade, right? So, like, you attack with, Soaring Strike for 5, or Ronin, let's say Ronin Renegade for 4 on Chainlink 1, then you attack with Emberblade for 4 on Chainlink 2, right? Like, it's giving that second attack, which is normally what people want to block a ninja to prevent mask, a little bit more oomph, because you're gonna have to now block with 2 cards from hand or a card in equipment or defense reaction or what have you, right? So I think that this card is just one of the best Arsenal cards. I definitely would run a 2 of this. Like, and if you don't want the clunkiness of Art of War, like, this is less clunky than Art of War. I just don't understand why you don't run this card. It's just, to me, it's one of his best non-attack actions. I think Rise from the Ashes is first, and I think this is second, and then I would say Art of War is third. As crazy as that sounds, people probably kill me in the comments for it. It's fine. But overall, I think it's just too good to pass up. But yeah, those are my top 3. If we're talking about honorable mentions, as I'm looking over here, right, and just kind of like just looking at my deck and kind of telling you what I think might be a underrated card. I really think, as far as Rupture cards, Lava Burst, even though it's used in a lot of decks, is probably the most underrated Rupture card because it's the best 3-card hand Rupture card of any of them. And then, from there, kind of most of the cards are being utilized pretty well, I think. I think Uprising is the biggest one that people are just kind of sleeping on and not understanding its true value with Emberblade. But yeah, overall, super quick and easy video. I didn't want to go through a ton of cards because I don't think there's a ton of cards people are undervaluing, at least initially. Definitely these 3 are like the main ones. So yeah, hopefully you like this. Please let me know. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you didn't like it. Leave me a comment. Tell me why. Let me know if you disagree or agree with my points. I love having a discussion with y'all. Be sure to join the Discord down below if you want to join the discussion with us. You don't have to be a Ninja player. Anyone that loves the game, whether you're a brand new player or a seasoned player, please join the discussion. We're a good community, doing really well. And let me know what kind of content you want to see for Uprising. I'm doing a box break. This will probably go out on, as I'm looking at it, probably on Thursday, the 30th. So, because I'm recording this on Wednesday. Friday, we're doing a case opening with Uprising on stream at 8:30 Central. Definitely join that. Let me know what you think. And yeah, hopefully I see y'all next time on TCG Talk. Thank y'all so much.